Hi everyone, greetings to you all. Should I?
Hello, good evening to all you all, and welcome to Hope Up Foundation Autism Webinar 2026. I want to welcome all of you to today's session, and our facilitator is right here and also active to communicate with us. Today's model, we're going to talk about what inclusion looks like in the era of sustainability. And this particular program is supported by the Ghana Health Service, the Complementary Therapist Accredited Association, Mind Education, Spread Care Development Center, Bloom's Development Center, Celsia Care Foundation, and Nesta and Nuggets Consultancy. All right, and so before we start and I introduce our facilitator for today, we will take the introduction address from the CEO and founder of Hope Up Foundation.
Hello everyone, welcome to this year's session. Whether you are a teacher, a therapist, a caregiver, a medical professional or a parent, your participation means a great deal. You have chosen to spend your time learning, and that choice alone says something powerful about who you are and the work you do. Hope Up Foundation is built on a simple belief. Every person deserves dignity, access, and the chance to thrive. We work in underserved communities where support is limited and awareness is low. Our focus is on choosing to help bridge the gap between those who receive quality care and those who do not. We run outreach programs, connect families to resources, and work with frontline professionals to build the kind of knowledge that leads to real change on the ground. At Hope Up, we do not just talk about impact. We go where it is needed most. We felt it was important to mark this year's Autism Awareness Month with more than a social media post. Autism affects millions of people worldwide, yet many who live and work with individuals on the spectrum still lack the tools and training to offer meaningful support. The gap is not a failure of effort. It is often a failure of access. And this webinar series exists to contribute to bridging that gap. For the period, we are bringing together some of the best minds in autism education, behavioral support, and inclusive practice to share what works. Over the next few days, you can expect sessions that are practical, honest, and grounded in real experience. We will cover communication strategies, sensory considerations, classroom and workplace inclusion, family support, and much more. Each session is designed to give you something you can use right away. There will also be dedicated time for questions, peer discussions, and shared reflections, including post-webinar support. This is not a passive experience. Each session feeling better equipped than when you arrived. Alongside the webinar, we are offering continuous professional development opportunities for those who work directly with individuals on the spectrum. These are structured, accredited, and built around what practitioners actually need. We understand that your time is limited, so everything has been designed to be focused and meaningful, because learning should feel useful and not like just a tick of a box. We are grateful to every speaker, partner, and participant who has made these webinar sessions possible. Most of all, we are grateful to you, the people who show up, who ask questions, who go back to their classrooms, clinics, homes and try something different. You are the reason this work matters. On behalf of the entire HOPAP team, welcome to a week of learning, connection, and shared purpose. Let us make the most of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that was the introduction speech by the CEO of HOPAP Foundation, Madam Adelaide Atta-Kwansa. And so to introduce our facilitator, she is in the person of Madam Batool Kazmi. Madam Batool Kazmi is a powerhouse in education and peace building. She transforms classrooms into catalysts of change. As a master trainer, international examiner, and GT specialist, she sets goals, standards for excellence in learning. She is a mentor with the Global Schools Program, UNSDN, and Global Mentorship Initiative, and mentoring youth, and also serves as the IWPG Global Regional 3 representative for Karachi Peace Committee. A sought-after peace lecture, her curriculum and initiatives were recently published in Volume 3 of the Global Schools Program, earning international recognition. She got selected as Global Sustainability Ambassador by the Global Goals Connection. She also champions empathy-driven education. As a special education teacher and counselor, she designs IEPs that empower neurodivergent learners and ease their educational journey. Mrs. Kazim was invited as the lead speaker at the Sustainability Conference hosted by Synergy, Cambridge, Pakistan, and now proudly serves as a member of the Synergy Cambridge, Pakistan. From peace to sustainability, from inclusion, classrooms to international podiums, Mrs. Kazmi doesn't just teach, she inspires a generation to lead with knowledge, empathy, and purpose. Audience, with a virtual clap, let's welcome our speaker. You are welcome, Madam Kazmi. You have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Greetings to everyone. And I'm really honored to be a part today over here and supporting this Nobel cause for the Hope of Foundation. And this is something which is, I believe, it's very mandatory. And the topic which I wanted to speak today, as you all know, is about autism in the sustainable era. So because for me, everyone is equal. We all are unique, yet we are same. And I really want to say thank you to all of you to take out your time for this precious thing. Although I have designed some of the slides, but I really want you to look and listen to me clearly rather than showing you the slides right now. In the end, if I get the time, I will show you some of the clips of the part, because honestly, what I believe is that actions more and understanding and listening as well is very important, that we should understand and listen what our purpose is over here. Because sometimes what I believe that showing slides will divert your attention towards the slides rather than what I'm talking right now. So I really want you all to be with me and like all yours over here. And I hope I'll try to deliver my mission. So before, I just want you all to, as you all might know about sustainability, you can raise your hand and let me know if you're aware with this word of sustainability and idea about the sustainable development goals over here. Anyone? The concept of sustainability? Any one of you is aware with this concept? You can just raise your hand in the chats and just show me that you're aware. Basically, United Nations has set these goals, United Sustainable Development Goals, to achieve by 2030, and sometimes now it's moved on to 2035 even. And they are designed in such a manner to save resources, to save the things for the future generation. And there are different sustainable development goals. So, and those highlights about sustainability. Everywhere nowadays, we are hearing about sustainability, and everyone talking about a sustainable future and sustainable career, climate change, and save our planet. So today, what I want you all is to imagine something, that if I ask you to just imagine a beautiful, sustainable city, green parks, solar powered buildings, electronic transport, and eco friendly spaces. And everywhere it sounds like, perfect future over there. Just imagine yourself over there. And but now, while you are walking over there, all of a sudden things change. Why? You can see the lights flashing. You can hear the loud announcements. What you can see is crowded transport. You can see echo in the buildings, constant sensory stimulation. Friends, for many autistic individuals, this is not an imagination. They go through this in their daily life. And imagine how frustrated they might feel and how they react on that. So, as we talk about a sustainable future, we often talk about protecting our planet. We talk about protecting our planet, we talk about planting trees, but this is just not only the thing. We need the true sustainability. And it's not only about the environment, it is also social, it is human, it is inclusive. So, a sustainable era cannot exist if people are still excluded from the spaces we build. So today I want to talk about it. I want to talk about autism. I want to talk about inclusion and why neurodiversity must become a part of the sustainability conversation. We must keep in our mind to all the spaces, to all the settings we are about sustainability and autism as well, and all the gifted people. So let me divide my talk into some segments. If I talk about the segment one, so if I think about redefining accessibility, we see in the buildings, we see at airports, we see at many places about accessibility, that many people think about ramps, they think about elevators and the wheelchair access. But honestly, accessibility is much broader than that. It's for autistic individuals, its accessibility can mean sensory safety. You need to give them sensory protection, sensory safety. A building might be environmental friendly, but if its lights flickers, hall echoes loudly, or strong chemicals, smells fill the air, it becomes impossible for some autistic people to comfortably exist over there or relax over there. So here the question comes, are we truly building sustainable spaces for everyone when we talk about sustainability? Because we need simple changes, like we need quieter public places. We need spaces where there is calm, where we need a little dim flickering lights. Not too, but little dim that can be absorbed. Low noise places, we need calm waiting areas, we need scent free environments because the chemicals, fumes, and the scent might give them irritation. And we need sensory friendly parks. Yes, friends, we need these changes. And this, trust me, will not only help the autistic individuals, they create calmer, healthier environment for all the people. So true sustainability should reduce the stress, not create more of it. Now, another part I like to talk about is the nature and the mental well-being. SDG 3 well-being also connects with sustainable development goals with it. So nature, as you all know, is very healing. Nature has healing powers, right? We have heard that nature is very calm, and sit and spend time near the nature. It helps you to calm. Yes, I do. It is. But even natural environments can become overwhelming if they're chaotic or overstimulating. So even research has shown that autistic individuals often benefit from structured and peaceful green spaces. So what we need is places with soft sounds. We need predictable layouts. We need shaded walking paths with colors to help them. We need quiet areas for regulation. So imagine cities now are the places with sensory gardens you have, calm eco parks, quiet green zones, and nature based therapy spaces. So, an inclusive playground, thinking about everyone that they can enjoy. And these are not just luxuries now, these are the necessities now to inclusive communities. When we talk about the word inclusion, it holds many things, just not in education. We need inclusion with everything. So, and honesty is it if I say this itself is a stressful world. And I think all of us could benefit from calmer spaces. You might all agree over here. I hope so with me, whatever I'm trying to say. And I hope I'm getting the attention of you all and you're all understanding what I'm trying to speak about here. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, if I talk about autism and the green careers, now, if you see, many of the autistic individuals are deprived of their right of employment. What is the reason behind it? Now, let's talk about something very important: opportunity. So, autistic individual possesses incredible strengths and they are deeply valuable and sustainable industries. And you know, their focus attention is very clear, they're very precise about their things, and they're very focused also if they are particularly doing some things. So they're good in pattern recognition, they're good in system thinking skills, they deep focus, data analysis, innovation, and even some, if I say precision about some base work, they're good at it. So what about these strengths which I just told you? These are essential in the areas like climate research. These are essential for talking about renewable energy sources, some research in it, coding and AI systems, sustainability, right? Sustainability analytics. They are very good in engineering if we got, but many, unfortunately, autistic individuals remain unemployed. Or I can say underemployed because workplaces fail. They are not designed inclusively. They fail. The system fails. So sometimes the problem is not the ability, it is the environment where they are working. What we need to fix is the environment where they work. So imagine how much of the innovation we lose when we lose talented people and are excluded because offices are too loud and communication styles are very rigid and workplaces, sorry, they ignore the neurodiverse needs. So what are we? We are doing our own loss. So inclusive workplaces could include flexible schedules. They could be quieter workplaces as well. There could be clear written instructions, predictable routines, and sensory friendly offices could be there. There could be, for example, let's say some movements in the chairs can help them, a place where they can go and relax a little while, or some sensory things that can relax them. So, a neurodiversity training, just not for the whole staff, it is very important to have. So, because when inclusion grows, innovation grows too. This is what I believe, that when inclusion grows, it is the innovation that grows too. Now, another part of my conversation is related with the education for the sustainable era. So, if we want a better future, we must prepare young people for it. Education systems should not force every student into one learning route style, right? Autistic learners often thrive with visual learning, structured instructions, and practices with hands on activities and calm learning environments. In the end, what do we actually need? We need solutionaries. We don't need someone who can just revise a theory and clear a paper, right? We need solutionaries, so we need to work on it. And trust me, if we are going to reshape the education system to give ease to the autistic, it will not only give to the autistic learners, it is also going to boost all the students' abilities. Because the time has changed, the era has changed now. We have to understand this, that inclusion is our part. So we need to reshape the system now. We need to have, for example, imagine sustainability education where students build mini solar panels and create eco solutions, participate in urban gardening through practical learning. That is something which is more important rather than theoretical structures, lectures. Seriously, being a student, I also myself can, if I'm in their place, I might feel bored. So then why do we talk and blame the autistic children about it? No, this is unfair. The system, the examination, everything has now need to change. So inclusive education creates confident individuals who can actively contribute to solving global challenges and exactly what the future needs. So I myself have witnessed a student's case who is excellent in knowledge, excellent. And if you ask and speak about anything related to the world knowledge, and he has it. Unfortunately, he was unable to clear an exam paper. Why? Because he couldn't remember those theoretical details which the exam specification expected him. And I was so hurt for this thing. That seriously, and I told the student, unfortunately, the system failed. It's not you. Is a system. The system has completely failed into it. In a way, we do say that we are catering the special educations. We are, but you need to go through such a process for them that sometimes it can become overwhelming for the parents as well and for the students as well. And then labeling them that yes, they are giving a separate paper, their report is given, they have been given extra time because this is the case. Come on, why should we label them? Why should we make them feel this thing? They should be a part of inclusion. Honestly, I believe that. Now, a very important part, because see, we need solutionaries, again, I'll say, because this is what the future needs. What I have noticed, another very important thing is ethical consumption and communication. Because see, we see many attractive advertisements, we see people selling things on TV, we see advertisements over there, market system, like promotions of their marketing and all. But many eco-friendly campaigns use overwhelming visuals and vague messaging, or emotionally intense advertising. Autistic consumers often prefer clarity, honesty, and straightforward communication. They are lost in those advertisements because those are there to brand the sales, and this is what they don't need right now. They need clear. So simple changes matter. Clear labels should be there while they sell something, and literal instructions should be there. There should be calm packaging. There should be scent-free products for them, and easy to use designs, and accessible apps and websites where they can explore. So inclusion in product design is something which is very important and means more people can participate in sustainable living without barriers. And once again, what helps the autistic individuals often improve experiences for everyone. Again, it will not only help the autistic, trust me, it will help everyone, every individual. Now, another part which I'd like to cater over here is climate justice, because, and it must include neurodiversity. When we talk everywhere about the climate change effects and the vulnerable communities first and hardest, okay? Now, I want you to imagine that an emergency situation has occurred in a school, let's say a fire alarm, and students are running here and there from a main exit, and the autistic learners are lost. They couldn't understand, it takes time. And what have we done? The same passage we have given them to escape. And we call them that, yes, this is a safe safety, and this is the inclusion, this is a sustainable built campus. No, that is completely unfair. How many places have you visited yourself? I'll ask you this question, where you see an exit which actually is for autistic people over there or special gifted people separate. Have you visited? Have you seen? I haven't seen. I have seen a same fire exit or a same exit which is for everyone, no matter how many people must go from there. Not even thinking about whether the staircase is safe for them, how will they go, where are the instructions over there. I haven't. So far, I have not. Maybe there must be in some places, but I haven't been over there yet. So if we talk about the climate change affects vulnerable communities, so first and heart is the autistic people over there. And any, just not autism, even ADHD, I might say, and other spectrums as well. So disability and neurodiversity are still often missing from the climate policies right now. And disasters planning, when we talk about, we think that human needs these, we all people need these, fine, I do agree with that, but when you talk about the inclusion, look about others as well. And many of the people are even illiterate, they can't even read the signs, they can't read things, we consider for them as well, right? So think about emergency evacuations during floods, fires, or heat waves. So for autistic individuals, loud sirens, crowded shelters, sudden changes are also overwhelming sensory, and they become deeply distressing at them or even dangerous for them. They might have a panic attack at that time. You never know. So inclusive climate planning should include quiet emergency exits, shelters over there, visual communication systems should be there, sensory support kits should be there, trained responders should be there, predictable evacuation guidance should be there. And because climate justice must include disability justice and sustainability must include neurodiversity. So when the policies are set by the government, they should remember that we all are part of it. We all are into it. Now, I like to show you some things. Maybe if I have little time, some slides, a little recap of what I just said in a deep way. I hope you all can see my screen right now. Is it my screen clear to you all? I hope you all can see my screen. Can anyone reply me, please?
Yes, please, we can see.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So I spoke about autism right now. I spoke about understanding. Now, it is also very important that we should understand autism as a global challenge because it affects millions of people worldwide and is a lifelong condition and requires comprehensive support and societal understanding, not just from a particular education department or from school. It requires a lot of work and awareness and understanding. Too many societies exhibiting discriminatory attitudes, especially I don't like labeling attitudes towards individuals with autism, and labeling them, that is something which honestly no, why label? What if someone labels you? How will you feel about it? So they are part of you. Accept them with their talents. This is very important. Neurodiversity perspective and recognition is very important to understand that it recognizes that autism is a natural variation of human neurology rather than a deficit, and celebrating the diverse cognitive styles and contributions that autistic individuals bring to the society. So this perspective aligns with inclusive development principles and challenges and traditional medical model frameworks. So if we think about integration with the sustainable development goals, equal participation, active involvement of autistic individuals required, achieving the inclusive societies, like I just told you, envisioned by the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, and serves as both advocates and beneficiaries in driving progress towards the SDGs, particularly SDG 4, which is the quality education, 8, decent work, 10, reducing inequalities, and 11 is the inclusive society. So the UN commitment to leave no one behind is integral to ensuring autistic individuals should make for it. Rights, perspectives, and well-being are centered in these sustainable development efforts, and it should be visible as well. So inclusion strategies and policy works can be designed by the government from the education system. And trust me, we don't need too expensive things, but we do need support from the government as well, because inclusive education systems and tailored training programs enable the choice in learning pathways. I'm just showing you some sample over here. We need assistive technologies for them in the education department. We need to read, because if you are going to provide the schools and the systems fitted, especially the government supports, then it will reduce the barriers, enables more participation, and supports exercises of fundamental human rights by giving them the opportunity, even in the healthcare services. Early diagnosis, intervention, and ongoing medical support system requires because it will improve the quality of life and enables early engagement with support network. Social integration is very, very important because community programs and peer support and involving them will give them the feelings of belonging and reducing the isolation from them. And now, critical role of assistive technology is also there. It requests, as I am showing you over here, that reduces technologies like their paperwork can be reduced, and they are fond of using iPads or digital devices, even in education, employment, everywhere. And even you can set some sound systems. Nowadays, you can have many things which can help them. You have many apps which helps them to guide and speak in it. In the office environment, it can be there for emergency as well. So there are many ways technology can help them that need to be explored. Creating a favorable work environment is important. Like I told you, that it's very important to not deprive them of their rights. So system has to design. So breaking systematic barriers is essential for ensuring autistic individuals gain equal access. Creating favorable environments require proactive employer commitment as well. Reasonable accommodations tailored to their needs, and even post-pandemic workplace models present both challenges. If you have seen that how the time was and how they were working in that. So workplace inclusion directly contributes to the SDG 8, which is objectives of the promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth. And we can give them a lot of opportunities. So employment benefits, business case, organizations will benefit from their talent, from their gifts, using their strengths, which will again give them the opportunity, will boost the innovation also and production also, and give them some good and more serious, I might say, that people into their working atmosphere. Because as you see, autistic people are mostly time, you find them, they're very honest also, and they're very straight also, and responsible with their work and with punctuality as well. That will again support them. In the accommodation type, if I talk about employment benefits, then it should be sensory management should be there, because adjusting the light, noise reduction, I told you earlier, reducing the stress, improved focus, and clear instruction visual aids should be there for the communication support, because it will also help them to enhance their performance. And give them flexibility. There should be flexible times, movements, remote options to them, hybrid mode should be given to them, and not overload them. Give them work-life balance and retention. Mentorship programs should be there, just not for them, for everyone over there to understand, because that will also help them in progression. Challenges were there in the post-pandemic employment time, as we all know, but we people adjusted, right? We included, we adjusted, and we did the work. So why not now? Why not now? Thinking about these challenges, we can design things. Challenges, transition support for young autistic adults can be there with education system. Employment should partner with the education institutions and disability services to create structured pathways. We can have mentorship initiatives connecting established autistic professionals with early careers and individuals. And technology plays a very important role. Communication technologies, adaptive learning tools, daily living support giving to them from their home, smart home systems, medication reminders if they need it, schedule applications. So engaging them, supporting them, helping them. Professional workplace tools can be given, diagnostic and monitoring systems that can help them, calm them in the working atmosphere and support them. And the framework, here this matters a lot. This is a very important part, designing a framework. So many technologies remain unaffordable for individuals and families, in developing nations even. So government subsidies, open source alternatives and technology partnerships can help. And again, another problem is the limited awareness. So we need to have this awareness on public education campaigns everywhere. Just now we are having awareness things. So there should be open awareness of this. And how can we create awareness? By inviting them into the work. Let them come, let them be a part of your system, and people will see how they work, how they are gifted, and will also benefit from their gift. So we should stop this division. And we should, whenever talk about accessibility and affordability, we should remember the innovation priorities for sustainable development. So because their communities should be centered in technology, development process, co-designers, advisors to ensure solution to help them directly enables the achievement for the sustainable development goals over here. Neurodiversity, inclusive communities are very important with the education transformation. We can have that. We can shift from one size fits all to pedagogical models, approaches accommodating diverse learning profiles, supporting the education department, supporting strategies, and even some practices which can control the trauma and even educate the youth coming. Even in schools also, that could be a part of a curriculum. So the youth is ready. So educational institutions must actively cultivate the school culture, celebrating this neurodiversity while maintaining rigorous academic standards and ensuring equitable outcomes, where they feel welcome, where they don't feel left out. So inclusive and quality education frameworks must embed this. This is all very important to have. Universal design for learning should be there for everyone, that we all can fall under this umbrella. Early identification and intervention programs should be there in schools also, in the communities as well, and support them. Talk about it, because with talking and awareness this happened. When pandemic came, what were we all doing? We were doing with the action, we were talking about it, right? So when that can happen, why not other things? Community engagement and social connections are very important to support this inclusion over here in the societies. Now, I would like to talk about that as we move towards a greener future, we must ask ourselves and ask one important question. What kind of world are we truly building? A sustainable future is not about cleaner energy or greener building. It is about creating a world where person feels safe, valued, and able to contribute. I believe all the living things, even including the animals as well, trees, everyone. Autistic individuals are not people who need to be fixed, sorry to say, right? They are individuals with perspectives, with talents, with creativities, and I believe inside that society needs is the system that needs to be fixed. It's not them. Again, I'm very loud and clear. When we include the neurodiverse voices in sustainability, we do not weaken the progress, we strengthen it. Because the future becomes truly sustainable only when nobody is left behind. Thank you so much. This is all I spoke my heart. I spoke what the sustainable is about. And I'd like to talk to you all related to what I just said. Your feedback, your suggestions, I would like to include more into it. What do you think the sustainable era now means to you? I hope my message was clear, what I wanted to deliver to you all and speak about it. Because I believe every individual has strengths. Every individual. We all are the creation of God. We all are created. We all are different. We all have strengths. Why not we unite together? Look at the purpose of the sun. Look at the purpose of the moon. Look at the purpose of the mountains. They all are different, but they are part of the beauty of the nature. Look at the colors of the rainbow. They all are beautiful. 7 colors you see in the rainbow. So it shows that it is like diversity is beauty. Who are we then to label? Who are we? Our systems need to be fixed. And I want, friends, you all to speak about it now. In your post, in everywhere, speak about the sustainable era, then talk about everyone to be heard. Talk about these things which I discussed today. Look into it. Is the system holding this? How the things are designed, keeping in mind the buildings, the places, when we like even a perfume bottle when we are using it. Think about the smell of it. I hope it is not bothering another person that's sitting next to me. These are little things at least we can care about. Think about the paints we are doing it in our places at home. Let the air come into our buildings. Let the nature, let them breathe. Come on, guys, let them live with us and be happy and use their talent, because they are extremely talented and they are very loyal. They are very trustful. They don't lie. They don't cheat. They are honest. And unfortunately, the world does not need honest people. The world have become a habit of having these corruptions and crimes and bribery, sorry to say. We need people like them. We need honesty. We need dedication in the world. So be a part. Give them strength. This is what I all wanted to say to you all. anything, I would like to hear from you all guys now. You all are welcome to unmute yourself and please share your feedbacks with me. Any queries, anything you'd like to talk about?
Thank you very much, Madam Batool. So at this point, you can put your questions in the chat box, or you can also raise your hand using the icon, and Madam Batool will be glad to take all your suggestions and your questions and recommendations. All right. And so now the floor is open. You can raise your hand using the icon, or you can put your message in the chat room, and I'm going to read that loud to her so that she can answer all your questions for you. All right. Yes, so any feedback in the section?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so Madam Batool,
I can see a question that is sustainability subject to a community's custom and belief. Basically, see, this is something customs and beliefs are made by us in a way. We people in a community set some criteria and it becomes a custom, right? So we need to change our mindset. We need to think about it. So if we start working on it, you will see things will change. It is hard, I know, but it will take time and it will happen. Okay, I have another question here. That can a society be considered sustainable if certain groups, women, person with disabilities are excluded? No, it is not. We need to have a sustainable with everyone, just not a particular area I'm talking about. Even I said that we need, even for animals' rights, we need every living, abiotic and biotic components, whether living, non-living. We need to give everyone a protection, everyone to be heard, whether it's children, whether it's women, whether it's male. And when we talk about sustainability, we talk about gender equality, and gender equality does not particularly target about male or female. It's for everyone. When we talk about quality education, it is for everyone. So everyone needs to be heard. So if you're going to make safe exits in a building, let's say for autistic, it is also helpful for the people with disabilities as well. It is also helpful for those people who had some problems with you using the wheelchair. So it is a safe exit for every people who needs that safe exit. Same is for everyone. When we build a society for autistic learners, like I told you an example, this is just not for autistic, it is for everyone. We all will feel calm, we all will feel welcome, we all will be feel heard. So there becomes a society. Because I call myself that a society does not exist if it does not have inclusion in it. Okay, when you talk about curriculum, yes, curriculums need to be reshaped. I don't know about that BEC exam curriculum. It must be an exam thing. But what I believe is that curriculum's time has changed now. The education system has to change. Education should include empathy in it, and education should include the values of well-being, culture promotion, respect, justice, peace education in it. Education now needs to be more practical and should prepare the future generation to have a peaceful world rather than just giving them those theories which are not helpful. It should be more action based and make them solutionaries. Now we mostly talk about problems, let them help and become solutionaries in it. So I have another question. Let me see. The question says, when you say we, who are we? We, everyone. When we talk about we, it's all human, all us, all of the living humans. Custodians, because the custodians see nothing wrong with the system or doing nothing to help. It is individuals who believe in change that want. Yes, that is why. See, when we speak together, we means you are here, I am here, we all are we, right? When we speak together, we become a voice. And when we become a voice, we become powerful. And then eventually we will touch them, because we need to be united. We need to have the same thinking. Like I told you, when the time of pandemic came with the COVID, everyone fought about it. Everyone speaking about it. Some of the people were not even believing that COVID exists. They were used to say, no, it's something created. And no, eventually when they faced it, they believed, right? So similarly, when we all become together, Those custodians are not powerful than us. We all together can bring a change through action, through because now social media is very powerful. We can speak, we can raise, we can talk, we can create awareness. After all, these United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are also made because when they saw these problems in the world, right? So when we are speaking on it, we are raising it. We are through our actions speaking on it and talking about it. Inclusion is a must in every sphere of our lives, but how do we integrate inclusion? Our examination, a little room is made for those. I do agree with that. I completely do agree with that. For examination, I believe there should be, first of all, after the assessment of that child who is appearing for the examination or the individual, exam board, whichever is appearing, should support. For example, if the person has problem in writing, so he can orally be assessed. I believe orally can be assessed rather than writing. And if he does not like typing, let them use color pencils. It's no restriction just to use a black pen or a blue pen is a pen. Let them write with any colors they want to. Let them show their thing. For example, this is what I believe. If they have a perspective, they can show through art, right? They can show through anyway, recording with their message. They can speak on it. Let them. They have to change now. The examination things, everything, system needs to change. And systems can only change when we start giving feedback to that system. That hello, your system needs to change. Our candidate did not, because after all, these are the customers who are supporting the exam boards. Without these customers, these exam boards won't run. So they need to shift this now. They need to understand. Now, at least some of the boards have started speaking about inclusion, but still it's a broader spectrum. And we cannot fix every child into the same way. So it needs awareness, it needs support. What type of support? It should be a detailed thing given to the board, and then the exam paper should be given on it. And highlight the strength of that child, that he is good in this, let him assess through this. That is how I believe a fair assessment will be. A student who loves art, let them play with art, let him assess through art, and you will see what peace he is going to give you. The world will see that. But if we are going to discourage the strengths, then it is not a fair examination. Just not for the inclusion, I mean to say students of foundation tier, it is for everyone, I will say. Many of the mainstream, trust me, are struggling with this problem, that they don't like that particular subject. They're not good in it, but they're good in physical education. They're good in a particular different education. So it's high time, I think. So the systems has to change with the future generation. Things have to change because this has become a very like growing part now. We see inclusion everywhere. We see things, and it has because of the growing technology, the after effects of these, and as radiations and carbon footprints have increased, and so many things. The lifespan has also become shorter comparatively to the older times. So this is a very important time. We need to speak on it, and we need to speak on a social media platform. That is very important because has become very powerful voice. Just now you are hearing me and I'm here reading your. So see, even though I'm in a different part of a country, you are in a different part of a country in a different continent, but we think alike. We are thinking like it shows that we are one in the thing. We are not separate. We need to be one. This is what I'm trying to say. Be one voice. Raise this and support in the integration inclusion. I may say that before registering for an examination, you must aware the examination board with all the strengths of the student and the weaknesses, and see their response and see if that suits you all. Then go ahead, go with the exam. Then sorry, if it does not, then the examination board has failed. It's not the child. Keep that. This is what I believe.
Okay. Number two, I would like you to also touch a bit more on sustainable development goal 4 in education, how teachers and school managers can ensure these in their school systems at the least minimum.
Okay. I believe in the schools, if you can have build some spaces where little movements and sensory areas can be there, right? And give some short breaks even. And moreover, adjust a chair in such a manner in which the student is sitting. If he is an autistic or any other gifted child, needs a little movement. Make him feel comfortable on that chair. Give him little short breaks and let him allow use different colors to write. with that, and have some sensory corners in your school. Sensory corners does not require any expensive thing. You can keep seashells, you can keep some play dohs over there, you can keep some water games over there which will calm them and let them relax. You don't need to have some expensive corner. With the nature part, you can have some there. Let them sit for a while if you think that they are feeling a little hyper and tired, and then they come back to the part and they'll start focusing in this. So while designing, let them have give your assessment, or whenever you are teaching, keep the visual images with you, some charts, and be very clear with the instruction to them. For example, if you don't tell them, hello, unpack your bag, you need to clearly tell them which books to take them out. Keep those in mind. And while moving into a classroom, just remember that you are teaching a child, like different children coming from different backgrounds, from different homes, with different strengths and different weaknesses. So this is a challenge, just not to deliver, to cater each and everyone and value them. So while assessing the children, you can have your diaries in which you can note down the strengths and the weakness. And while designing your work and planner, keep that in mind. So SDG quality education means where everyone feels welcome, where everyone feels heard, and motivate them. And our ways of communication should be more constructive rather than destructive. For example, let's say if a child uh, is getting, let's say, 5 marks out of 20 in particular thing, instead of saying, oh, how poorly you have done, instead of that, you can say, look, you scored 5. It means you are getting something at least. So there are some areas which lack. Let me help you out. So in a free time, help him to understand. See how the child is understanding through the kinesthetic approach, in which you are going to express through emotions to him, through a visual approach, maybe flashcards might help him, through auditory approach, maybe podcasts are there, some YouTube videos you can show them, or some animations which can help them, because there are different modes of learning. Assess and help that particular child, and you will see, you will, trust me, you will see that the child will be doing. They are interactive worksheets. Instead of giving them too lengthy, you can give interactive worksheets. Make the same topic a little easier for them. For example, if you're asking a detailed question, you can give the other child MCQ style, in which the same thing will be assessed in a kind of an MCQ in the classroom. That will really help them. On the same topic they will be doing.
Right. Thank you very much.
And very importantly, I'd like to add is play. Please include playing in your schools. Playing is very, very crucial for well-being of the students, for the development, physical, cognitive, all. It is very important. Playing should be mandatory in the curriculum.
All right. So at this point, we have about 7 minutes more to go. If you have any question, you can put it in the chat, or you can also show your hand using the icon, and Madam Batool will be glad to answer all those questions to you. Yeah.
Okay, what training would you recommend for any advocate who is voicing this inclusion in our communities? First of all, the training should be to deliver a persuasive speech to them, to convince them to research as well, right? So when you speak to the audience, you should look into the audience, that which audience you're speaking to. What are the audience? Are they school teachers? Are they working company at employment people? Then you need to design your research accordingly to help them, because the solution depends on that. For example, right now, like sir asked me about the school, so I told you about the school. If I'm giving in a company, I will be giving solutions for a company over there, and you need to show them that inclusion is something like, it's not a disease, it is not some kind of a problem which we should run from. It is a thing which is a part now. It's a part. Give them examples of many successful people who has faced this and have shown and created a record in the world now. Talk about real heroes which they see. Talk about the real work with examples. Talk about them and ask them, well, how do they feel if we give them something which is different for them and they couldn't do that thing, for example, how will they feel? And they will might tell you that they might feel frustrated and all. Then you explain them why, because you couldn't do. So if I ease your things and then help you how to do it, then it will become easier. Same for the others. Think about them. Walk into their shoes. Do not label them. So it is very important to equip yourself with the training of how to deal with the inclusion, because this is very important to have the understanding. You should have longitudinal studies in your schools in which you can assess and see, and if possible, a clinical expert opinion that can really help you. That why is like how to deal, because every child is different, so you cannot put everyone in the same case. So you need to know what are the strengths, what are the problems. For example, some might don't like loud noise, or some might not like to sit for long. So some might not like like to look into some writing part for long, and they want to hear, they want to don't look into the visuals, maybe the colors might be irritating them. So you need to check, you need to inform all this, and then you can decide. So trainings are very important for every place. It's just not with the school, I believe, for everywhere part of it. Sorry. So there are many trainings these days going on related to inclusion, special education needs curriculum. So there are free trainings as well, and there are paid trainings as well, and one must equip with them. So you must all, and there are many policies as well which can help you to understand what are the laws which can help them to get safeguard and protection, because every individual has that right.
Right, Madam Batu. So we have 4 minutes to go. Is there any questions you want to put across, or is there any recommendation that you want our participants to know? If they want to connect with you, how can they get to connect with you? And if some want to also privately have a conversation with you for some couple of help, how can they do that?
Sure, they can. You can share my LinkedIn profile with them and my page also, and they can message me in my LinkedIn profile. And I have also joined the Hope Up group as well. I'm there over there as well, the Hope Up Foundation group as well. And they can always message me, and we can be connected through email as well. They can have my email as well. They can have my LinkedIn profile, and like I said, Facebook social media pages. So, and you are already there, Mr. David. They can connect through you as well with me
Great.
whenever you feel like. Thank you so much for that. And I would like to hear your feedbacks, friends over here. That what do you think? What did you believe you have learned from here today? Something which you find it very helpful for you. Like to hear that.
Fantastic. I want to also talk more on the parent platform, the one on Facebook, how productive that is, and also how people can get to join that particular platform, because it's very, very wonderful. And if you join that, I mean, you're going to have a lot of experiences there. Yeah. So, but number two, talk more about that.
So are you talking about the Every Child Special of my group? You're talking about that?
Yes, the one on Facebook.
I started a Every Child Special group in
Yeah.
Facebook, where there are many educators from different parts of the world, and I share things. You all can share things. Trust me, you can all share your school activities over there. I will post that, and Mr. David is also a part of it now with me. He's a moderator over there, so you all can join that page, and you can join my personal page as well, which I run. I keep on writing from my posts and my things. You will see that I try to speak and help the children, because every child is different. And trust me, I love children. I love all of them because they are our youth. And the more I spend time with children, the more positive energies I gain. And I feel when they give, prayers to you, you achieve the true blessings and true prayers. So one of my motivation are my students and children in the world. I just simply love them.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Batu. And so, just as she
Thank you.
rightly mentioned, if you want to connect with her, the name is Batool Kazim. Yes, Batool Kazim. Yes.
Batool Kazmi.
Kazmi, yeah. Batool
Yeah.
Kazmi. Batool Kazmi, yeah. So on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, yes, you can find Batool Kazmi there. She's very open, and she's all the time ready to assist you in any way, anyhow. Yeah. So do want to connect with her. And Madam Batool, we want to say thank you very much for such a wonderful
It's an
delivery.
honor. Thank you so much. It's an honor.
We really learned a lot, and we promise we're going to implement this in our schools, and also relearn and unlearn a lot of things that we know in the past. So thank you very much, Madam Batu, for your time, and God richly bless you. May Allah bless you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you,
Right.
everyone.
Hey, and so wonderful participants. This is where we draw the curtains to today's session. I want to say thank you very much to all of you for signing up for today's session and for joining us live. The recordings, so all the sessions will be made available right after the entire session. Okay, and I want to say that Sunday is Mother's Day, and so happy Mother's Day to you, Madam Kazmi, Madam
Thank
Kazim.
you.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to you in advance. And then also we have a special consultancy that will be happening with Dr. Nana Esigezi Tete on Sunday. Okay, so if you're a parent, if you have any child on the spectrum, if you're a teacher and you want to learn more on the spectrum, we are giving free consultation. All right, free consultation to all of you. So if you have a child and you don't understand how your child is behaving, your child is growing, and you don't have enough money to visit the hospital, trust me, we are bringing to you directly the doctor and the pediatrician. Yeah, well known, of course. You can go online and type Dr. Nana Esigezi Tete. You will see a lot of credentials, and then she is going to come along live, and you can consult with her. That is on Sunday, Mother's Day, same time on Sunday. But for tomorrow we are looking at somebody who is actually in the field of action, Sausia Oklu. Sausia Oklu is the founder of Sausia Cares Foundation, and she's also a special need expert. Sausia Oklu will be talking more on Model 4, which is from awareness to action, celebrating progress and supporting children with autism in the communities. And so do not mess that off, Madam Sausia. She brings to life experience, a lot of real life experiences, because she is all the time with them and she's all the time making it possible for them to thrive. And so do not miss tomorrow's session with Madam Sausia Oklu. And just as I rightly said, you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, every social media platform. It is Hope Up Foundation. And for this month, I've told you that during the awareness, we don't want to talk more on what you can do for autistic people. We are celebrating their achievements. And so when you go to our social media platform, you're going to see a lot of people who are on the spectrum and what they've been able to achieve, so that you can also have hope and know that the child you are training or the child that is autistic can also become, can also achieve, and can also thrive. And so visit our Facebook page and go like and follow. Okay, I'm saying follow because there are some of high stake trainings that we are going to give to expertise. All right, so do your possible best to follow us on Facebook, most importantly Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms. All right, so that you can get access to these trainings when they are made available. I want to say thank you very much, Madam Batool, for your time, and thank you all for joining in. At this point in time, we want to say bye-bye to all of you, and see you same time tomorrow. See you same time tomorrow. It's bye-bye for now. Bye.